What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Dr. Brian. Hopefully you're doing absolutely wonderful. In this particular video, we're going to talk about how to react tomorrow when the Fed decides to either cut rates, pause them, and also by how much they will potentially cut. Will it be a 0.25 basis points? Will it be a 0.5 basis points? We don't know yet. So we want to make sure that we're prepared. No one knows if they're telling you. We can have historical context, and I'll talk a little bit about it here, but I want to make this short and sweet today to give you some levels on SPY, right? And the overall market, whether we break above or we break below, and then some other names to maybe look out for to see if you may want to either trade them or if we have a massive crash or pullback, what you may want to add to your portfolio. All right. So without further ado, let's jump into the charts and let's see how we are doing here. All righty. So charts, let's move me down here. I'm out of y'all's way. And let's jump into it. All right, so we've got the SPY up here. And the first thing I always tell folks is that please understand if you're fairly new to this and you came on here, you clicked on this video, that the charts are where you see decisions reacting from news that you may see on, from politicians, from CNBC, from CNN, wherever news outlets you watch. So I do recommend that you learn how to chart. If you go back in some of my videos, I do have an intro to charting video. Maybe I'll link it around here somewhere down and below in the show notes. All right. So here we go. First thing we notice here is that SPY did break a new all-time high today. All right. We did break into new all-time highs. You can see here this wick. This is a weekly time frame. So I'm going to just look at this candle right here. We pushed up into 566.58. But if you see here, this candle closed back below these previous lows at 563. Now we did close above 563, which is pretty much just right on the nose. All right. 563 is a very kind of pivotal point. 563 and above, right? Really 564, but 563 is very important. 563 and above, we can continue to push potentially higher, take out this high and go all the way to 570 plus. Okay. If we continue to remain below 563, get back below there, then we can push to the lower end of the range, back down into the 558, 560 range. Okay. So you'll see here when I zoom in to lower time frames, we close fairly strong. So these candles are telling us a story. Okay. We had this big push up and then we sold off, people just taking their profits and taking risk off the table, right? Nice trading today, in my opinion, right? I kind of fumbled the bag a little bit. My community members know inside of leverage. I had a light size for me, right? About 6 contracts or so with SPY there, 0 DTEs, and I didn't need a lot of size in that for it to move. So this was an easy $1,000 plus trade for myself. And, took it, I can show you in here in just a second. I took it. And I think I closed and trimmed at about 100 and then left the runners to 200. Where is it? Trade wins. Yeah, here's all my entries, right? You see, I was just adding into it. I was a couple of Amazon puts as well, and then just trimmed it. I wasn't really trying to mess around with the chop today. So yeah, I could say I fumbled, but my biggest thing that I teach anybody is protect your account. You never hurt by taking profits. It just hurts to see it go where you knew it was going to. All right. So here we go. Here's this big push down here. And then you see we recovered. So we've got this nice range. So if I draw here, this range, right? You kind of see we're in this consolidation channel between 560 and 563. Okay. So anytime we're in a channel, that is a place where it's just consolidating to wait for some type of news or maybe an earnings report. In this case, we have FOMC tomorrow. So if we break above 563 and the news and data is positive, right? Remember the rate cut data or news will come out at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, Wednesday. All right. September 18th, 2024. When that comes out, Powell, Federal Reserve Chairman, doesn't speak until after that time frame. Okay, so he doesn't speak until about 15 to 30 minutes after. So we can get a rate cut decision and we could absolutely fly for whatever reason, right? Right, that could potentially happen. We could fly, right? Take it out, go to 570 and just keep squeezing, right? Then Powell could come in and for whatever reason, he says something that it just does not sit well with the investors in the market, hedge funds, big money, and we could come tumbling right back down. Right. So that is the case that I'm looking at. personally, because I do not want to bet against the strength of this market, but I also want to be prepared. What you may have been seeing on other videos, other people talking about this, is what we call a rug pull. That means that the interest rates could have already been priced in, and because data is, yeah, we had retail sales and consumer spending. People are still spending at retail, but personally, I think it's just a fluke. I mean, the summer was happening, and yes, people are still buying at their favorite retailers, but we just got done with the summer, right? People are spending money a little bit more in the summertime, back to school, things of that nature. So I'm a little iffy on that. So if we do have a rug pull, I'll be watching for this break underneath 560. Okay. And then holding and turning this level into a rejection. Okay. So it'll be moving this, and this would turn into a rejection, very similar to here. Right. Gets underneath that 560. And then we push into the lower end of the range back into 557 is a support. And then ultimately, if that steam picks up, obviously a direction has chosen, and we could come all the way back down to the lower end of the range at 555. Okay. Talked about this a little bit. Go back to yesterday's video and look at that. But that is the scenario that could happen, right? No one knows how aggressive it will get in either direction, right? But once a direction is chosen, we could have some continuation in that direction, because bulls want it to go up. If they see any chance that it's not going up, their stop losses will get hit, and it will just release the market back down. If bears keep trying to short up here and short sellers keep trying to short, which we are in supply or resistance, right, at all-time highs, they keep trying to short and the market keeps squeezing higher, right? Their stops are going to get hit. Their stop losses are going to get hit. And that's when you get a squeeze up higher, right? It's like, okay, you got it. I'm done, right? And they start stopping out of their positions, and then that direction takes fold. Okay. So what I will be doing personally is I will be probably sitting on the sidelines with my community inside of Discord tomorrow, primarily in the morning, just watching the market to see how it's reacting at certain levels, right? And then I want to see personally the best A plus way of doing this gold standard is to wait till after the rate decision, right? You can put in, as we call, lottos in options trading or trading in general, where you may have a direction just in case it goes crazy, right? If we see it below 563, you could do something on the downside. If you see it building and holding, you believe it's going up, you could, but not financial advice here, not telling anyone to do anything of that nature. We want to teach people the right way, the safe way to trade and generate profit consistently. Okay. So ideally, September and October, to sum this up, is more bearish in nature. So this could be a rug pull and come right back down, and we continue to finish off the month how September's usually finish, right? So that is my expectation. Right. QQQ, a couple quick levels on here, 478. Pay attention to that level. And then 468. Okay. 478 and 468. That is your range right now. You kind of see it right there. Above 478, we're going to break out of this nice consolidation here and then break to the upside. Above 478, we can start squeezing. So pay attention to 478. Nice reject or rejection for those who are not familiar off of this 477.60 today. And you can kind of see here it's in this channel. Okay. So below 468, going to see some downside from this straight upside move. Above 478, you will see a press probably to the upside. Okay. IWM is another one to really watch when there's rate cuts, because the small cap companies need rate cuts more than anything. If there's good sentiment or feedback from any rate cut, whether it's 0.25 or 0.5, right? If it goes too aggressive, I think we come down. If it's right in the middle and it's just right, we could squeeze up. But one thing that I like to do, if you're not too familiar with this, is I like to watch where gaps are in the stock. Okay. When I see personally gaps in stocks, there's potential for that liquidity just kind of come. There's nothing in the middle of that. Right. So if something crazy happens, yes, IWM for whatever reason could, continue on the downside back to 210, 211 through this gap fill, where some support is around 212. All right. So that is what I'm looking out for, because IWM, even though interest rate cuts are good for small cap companies or IWM, if there's any sentiment that's not sitting right, I'm going to be focused on IWM of what it's doing, because they need these. All right. They need these. They need these. They need these. So above 223 on IWM. I'm gonna be watching that, right? I needed above 223 to really start building above this level here, right? Above there, I will watch if it gets above 220 and holds, but 223 and above could push to 225. All right. If it continues to hold below 220, one release point would maybe be 217, right around here. And release point meaning that it's the last line of defense. So if it can't hold up that 217, probably come right back to 215 very quickly. Okay. All right. I just want to focus on indices. I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter for your listening pleasure so you can get the information and run. Please pay attention, be careful, be safe. What I will do is I will invite you inside of our Discord. If you're not inside of Leverage Club, links would be down there below. Our Leverage University is $97 a month. So if you want to join there, I do live trading. It also gets you access into other channels if you see here, because I am a life coach and also a trader. So you'll see here that there's trading information and university information with all the trading trainings that you can have here, right? To learn how to trade if you're a beginner. And then we do have other sections in here, and we have our main community section where we just have a really inclusive thought leader community, people that are trying to build, grow, excel, gain new skill sets, and ultimately make some money. Okay, so if you're about that, links down in below. We'd love to have you there. If you need one-on-one support, that's also down below. You can get one-on-one support so you don't have to come in here and not know what's going on. So we'd love to help you out. If you need more information, go follow my Instagram as well to see how I'm giving value each and every day. Talk to you guys soon. Be safe, be careful, trade safe. Talk to you soon.